Hi everyone, it's Karen here today and welcome to my mixed media channel. Today I'm going to share with you a page that I've done in my small Dina Wakley journal. I'm getting towards the end of this journal, so I really hope that I can have it finished by the end of the year, and it's only a few more days away, so let's see how we go. So I've started off with some gesso over the top of my pages, and now I've just added in some of Dina's Dina Wakley acrylic paints. So I think the colours that I have there are fuchsia, cheddar, and magenta. And it actually turned out quite red orangey. I wasn't all that keen on it. But anyway, I thought, well, let's just keep going. So once I got that bit dry, I'm adding in some more of the magenta. And what I'm actually going to do is pop a stencil over the top. You can see me doing that now, and wipe away some of the paint so I get a nice bit of pattern. So I'm going to add in quite a few different layers on top of this to build up my background. So the color that I've just chosen now is called Carnation, and again I'm using another one of Dina's stencils. So I've got a little bit of paint onto a little makeup sponge that I just got at Kmart. They work really well. I really like them. They're cheap as chips, and you can chuck them away when you finish with them or wash them out. I tend to wash mine out and use them a few times before I throw them away. So I'm just adding in some of that Carnation over the top. So it's really starting to build up the different layers into my background now. So I'm really starting to enjoy how it's looking. So I'm just giving that a bit of a quick dry. And I was almost going to use that stencil, but then I decided that it was a bit too large. So I've got this other one out, which is another one of Dina's, and I'm going to use a little bit of eggplant through that. Again, using a little makeup sponge and just popping it through. Nice. So not too much paint on the sponge, otherwise it oozes out underneath the stencil. So it's taken me a long time to master, but I think I'm just about there. I've had a lot of disappointment with my paint and stencils through the past, but I'm actually getting much better at it. So because I had a lot of paint left on my brush, I decided to put in some white just to tone it down. So, and to help use up the bit of paint that I had left on my brush. And I've also put in a bit more white just with my finger and just scraped that over the top. So it's really looking quite funky and cool. So I'm being really brave now, and I've got out some fluoro pink paint. I never use fluoro pink paint, but it ends up looking really cool with all these other pinks that are on this page. So the fluoro pink is from Amsterdam. It's just an acrylic paint. It's called Reflex Rose, which is a bit of a fancy name for fluoro pink, but hey, anyway. And the stencil that I used is actually from All and Create. So I've got some little Dina Wakley collage bits that I had laying around on my desk. So I've chopped them out and I'm going to paste them in on top of my page using some golden regular gel in a gloss. It's a really nice, quite a nice quite a nice gel to use to glue your collage in. I've been trying out a few different ones and I quite like the this regular gel. So yeah, it's cool. It's good. I've also added in a Dina word collage bit. It says, hang on, let me overthink this. Now with this page, I've actually cut out a lot. There was a lot of procrastinating happening while I was doing this page, like, will I use this stencil, or will I use that, or will I use this? What else am I going to do? And yeah, anyway. So what I'm doing now is I've got a stencil there from Darkroom Door, and this stencil is just full of words all about art. It's quite a cool one. And I'm using some Payne's Grey, also Amsterdam acrylic paint. just with my sponge, just going all over the page just to help break up some of that background. That was actually quite funky, but now it looks even better, I think. And because I've got a bit of the paint still on my sponge, I thought I'd smush it around the edges just to give my pages a little bit more of a border and to combine the two pages in together. So I'm really liking how it's looking so far, but it is taking me a really long time to do. So I've got my Stabilo oil pencil and I'm just going around my collage pieces just to help to define them and to bring them out onto the page so they're actually more, what's the word, prominent, I guess you'd say. So I've just done that and I'm going around the little word tile with some food ball pen, just a bit of a scribble around it. So it's actually looking quite cool. Now the stencil that I've got there is actually from Paper Rose. It's a new one to me. I think it is only fairly new release stencil. And I'm using some gold glitter paste from Nuvo, and I decided I wanted to add in a bit of gold onto my page because I really like gold, and this glitter paste is so nice. It's so pretty. So that's what I'm doing. So I've added in a little word quote that says "You were born to create." So I've popped that in there, and the it's kind of like a palette color wheel kind of thing. So I've added that in as well, just a little bit here and there. So the last thing that one of the last things I'm going to do is I've got some bubble wrap that I'm going to stamp with. Now this is an idea that I saw Neve Bailey do a few weeks ago in one of her art journal pages, and I thought, what a cool idea. I think I just have to do that. So I've got my white hybrid ink there from Jane Davenport, and I've just stamped it in a few different spots here and there. So now I'm fishing around for a white Posca pen, and I'm going to draw around those white dots, help to define them a little bit, and break up the page. White and black always seems to make the page pop a little bit more, so that's why I'm adding in some of those white highlights around the white stamping. I'm also adding in some white Posca paint pen to the little hats, and some orange onto their buttons, just making the collage a little bit more not so black and white, if you get what I mean. And the last thing that I'm going to do here is one of my favorites, is with my hybrid mix of golden paint and golden airbrush medium, so it's like a 1-to-1 ratio. So I've just done a bunch of little dots, and that's my page. So I really hope that you like it. I love it. I think it just turned out awesome, even though it took me forever to do, and I did overthink it. I think that's why it took me so long. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed my video, and I hope that I've inspired you to break out some paints and get creative. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.